What's going on, guys? I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. You're a returning subscriber as always, guys. Welcome back, and I do appreciate the support. Guys, listen. About 3 hours ago, a federal judge blocked the SB-4 law that Texas was trying to implement. What it is basically is a state border security law where it gives the states, the bordering states, the rights, mainly Texas, the right to arrest, jail, and deport illegal immigrants. The judge today, a federal judge, blocked that, saying that it's not up to a state to conduct its own immigration laws. That's for the U.S. government. Okay, fair enough. But what is the U.S. government doing besides saying a little bit here, saying a little bit there, while everybody else is seeing this influx of people just dropped in the street and dropped in these sanctuary cities with no place to go, just sitting out there looking crazy? Somebody's profiting from this. I wish I knew who it was, but somebody's profiting from this and don't care about how anybody feels about it. No more citizens gripe, more the cries of the public is ignored. I'm gonna play this video, get you caught up to what's going on, and this thing is serious, man. Take a look at this.
But first to Bill Malugin, live in Eagle Pass, Texas. Bill, we just got word of a court ruling regarding Texas's border law. What can you tell us about how that might affect things there?
Yeah, Jackie, some breaking news we're just finding out about within the last hour. A federal judge has blocked Texas's SB-4, its state border security law, from taking effect. It was set to go into effect next week. It would have allowed the state of Texas to arrest, jail, and potentially even deport illegal immigrants. But a federal judge has now shot that down, writing in part that essentially states can't conduct their own immigration system. That is up to the federal government. Now we wait to see if the state of Texas appeals. In the meantime, we talking about these competing visits between Biden and Trump coming to very different parts of the border. Let's visualize that for you. Take a look at this graphic right here, courtesy of CBP sources. This is internal data showing Border Patrol apprehensions in both spots over the last 5 days. Look at the trend here. Here where we are in Eagle Pass, hundreds every day. You've had more than 2,000 here in the last 5 days. Brownsville has had only 46 in the last 5 days. Look at Monday in particular. It had 563 compared to 0 for Brownsville. Remarkable numbers there. We'll show you what's been happening here in Eagle Pass. Take a look at these pictures. This was just yesterday. Border Patrol and Texas DPS apprehending a group of 5 unaccompanied migrant children, ages 5 to 11. They came across in a group of 60 illegal immigrants. These little kids were from Honduras and Guatemala. They had notes with them with addresses in both New York and Texas. They see this often down here. They will then go to HHS to be resettled. Listen to this. More than 400,000 of these unaccompanied minors have arrived at the border under President Biden. Then take a look at this video from Eagle Pass back in December. We talk about how this has long been a hot spot along the border here. Fox News has done hundreds of live shots here over the years. This is what it looked like out here in December when you were getting upwards of 4,000 illegal crossings here every day in Eagle Pass for a few-day window. We all remember these viral images. It was carnage out here. Then Texas came in and essentially locked everything down. Short time ago, I caught up with the president of the Border Patrol Union. He told me the White House never reached out to the union regarding President Biden's trip to Brownsville. Take a listen. President Biden going to Brownsville, did the Border Patrol Union ever get any outreach or invitation from the White House about that visit?
Not at all, and I didn't expect it. He's not going to listen to voices of reason. He's not going to listen to people that are going to tell him what he actually needs to secure the border, the programs, the operations, the policies. He doesn't want to hear any of that, and if he would have invited me, that's exactly what I would have said.
And the Border Patrol Union tells me they expect President Biden to reference the union today because the union, remember, supported the now failed bipartisan Senate border deal. And the union took a shot at President Biden on Twitter a short time ago, X now, posting, quote, "Attention President Biden, keep your name out of your mouth today." We'll send it back to you.
All right, guys, that's the story, man. And in my opinion, this whole thing is way beyond out of control. It is. This whole thing is out of control. But see, I'm going to tell you something. They got Eagle Pass and they got Brownsville. Shout out to both places. But you see people flooding through Eagle Pass. A lot of YouTubers have been, covering that. And people have been talking about it. Brownsville doesn't have as much as an influx like Eagle Pass does. I think it's basically the reason why I think that is part of the reason why where it's located on the migrant route, that they're all coming through Eagle Pass and they're sending them through there. But I'm going to say something. You cannot tell me those on the opposite side of the Rio Grande and beyond who are coming, word has not spread. You cannot tell me word has not already spread that Eagle Pass is a honey hole for you to get right in to America. Brownsville might be a little bit more risque, but they're arresting people at the border. They're not, some of these people, you hear reports, don't know if it's true or not. I believe it, that they're letting out some of the people in the jails and they're just pushing them out of the country. Either way, I think two things are happening, ladies and gentlemen. Somebody behind the scenes over here is profiting big off of this. And I'm not talking about corporations. I'm talking about people behind that are above that is profiting. Why would you block them, states, border states trying to fix a problem that y'all should have fixed a long time ago? Think about that. And look at the premise. Oh, that's not your job, states. It's the federal government's job. It's the government's job to deal with it. So basically, this is what I picture this as. You got the government over there doing this. You got the news, you got crime, you got people, complaining, all behind us. All they got to do is turn around and look. But he already knows the government already knows what's back there. They're doing this. Then when you try to do something about it, don't touch. Okay, well, what are we supposed to do? What are you going to do? If you're in charge, what are you going to do? Patience. That ain't working. It ain't working. It's not. And the thing is, I could see if they had plans for the people that were already over here. They wasn't living in the street. Wasn't a bunch of U.S. citizens getting hurt from some of the crimes. And I'm not blaming all of these folk. They're not vetting who's good, who's bad. They're trying to, man, you bringing more people in here to be in the streets. I told you, a lot of these guys, these people are men. Men think differently. We think rationally. We get upset quick. We get tired of waiting. This thing is a powder keg. And the only thing you want to say is, oh, you got a whole bunch of people in the back that don't know shit about nothing. It's unconstitutional. I'm not political, but I'm not blind neither. I think parts of the Constitution need to be rewritten. And that's just me. I'm not no radical or nothing. Seriously, parts of the Constitution I think needs to be rewritten. Because a lot of the stuff that they deem unconstitutional, you know what I'm saying? And things like, it's like common sense stuff. We got a huge homeless problem over here. Did you see all of that barbed wire? All of the troops, the price for the troops, having them over there to just stand there and watch people walk by them while they got guns and can't do nothing. State troopers down there and stuff. I know that for a fact. State troopers down there on the border just sitting around all day, just sitting there. Waste of manpower, hell of a lot of waste of money. How much you think since this quote unquote migrant crisis started, right? How much do you think America has spent in just burning up money dealing with this whole thing? And imagine what that money could have been done with that money to help the people, the actual citizens in this country. This whole thing is stupid. Some blaming Biden and his administration, some blaming other people. I don't even know who to blame. I don't even know who to trust with this stuff, because all you're going to do is get a bunch of stuff that make your head spin. This is wrong, man. It's wrong. It's the craziest thing. I wonder in the 80s and 70s when people would come over here illegally and get locked up and then they ship them back. I wonder, now they older now. I wonder them probably sitting at a TV looking at them like, look at this. I couldn't even do that back in the day. This is some BS. Now they old and can't enjoy the fruits of sneaking into the country or whatever. This whole thing is a powder cake, man. And somebody is making big money off of this. They are. They are. It's always an agenda and an end game with this. I think they see the general public as ants. And they don't care because they sitting up high enough to where they ain't got to hear the screams and the cries of the people that they supposed to protect and serve. That's a big thing. You're supposed to serve the citizens. And all you're doing is serving up a plate of BS for everybody to ingest, including the people that are being brought over here or allowed to come in here with no plan, no nothing, just hope. This whole thing is yo. I'm Stock Market Steve for the Dynamic Reason channel. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. We'll see how this thing goes. You know, elections coming up. I keep telling you, I think they set this thing up for Trump to come back. We'll see. He's down there at Eagle Pass today. Biden's over there at Brownsville. I don't even want to get into it. See you in the next video. Take care.